What's up, guys? It's Eric and Marcus from Rare Candy, and today we have another episode of Testing Rounds where we take new concepts that a new set gives us and just kind of quickly throw some decks together to try them out. And this time we're doing Trevenant BREAK on the left, and then Marcus is playing Mega Manectric Garbodor on the right there. So that should be a really interesting matchup because Trevenant obviously shuts down item cards. That's the big draw of it. And the break now buffs its HP to 160. So you basically have like a non-EX item locking tank on turn one, potentially. And it's kind of interesting because Manectric can actually one-shot your Trevenants. And Marcus plays Garbodor to potentially shut off the item lock as well. So
Yeah,
it's almost kind of an even match in a way, but so we'll see what happens. Marcus goes first, which is great because yeah, he wants item cards.
yeah. I got two mulligans too, so I was just like, come on, we're taking these
Yeah.
mulligans. We're getting a float stone. We're getting this trope with a float stone.
So yeah, he got the Spirit Link, which is honestly really huge
Yeah,
because if he can just even if I get Trevenant on my next turn, all he has to do is evolve into Mega Manectric and attach to knock me out. So
right.
that was a really big deal getting down the Spirit Link. And he is playing Flash Energy to deal with fighting decks. Not really a relevant card in this matchup, though.
Yeah,
So Rough Seas, which is actually another almost direct counter to this deck. And he does get the Trubbish. You really need the Float Stone to kind of ensure having a good turn, too. Because if he's able to just have his Garbodor ready to turn off the item lock and one-shot Trevenants, you'd have to imagine that I can't really do much against that. Luckily, I do get to start with the new Phantump that can evolve straight into Trevenant.
there's a Tails Birch flip.
That's what you want to see against an item lock deck.
Yeah.
But he does get the Float Stone, so it seems like Marcus actually has a really good start. But
Oh,
startling Megaphone.
no. That was a great start, but then I got my
So that's kind of like my secret tech in this deck.
and it's a good one.
Yeah,
I think that wins you the game.
like legitimately, that one card just completely turned the entire game around.
Yeah,
So Megaphone, good card in this format, I
for
think.
sure.
Especially when you're item locking them to prevent them from playing other Megaphones or other tools. Sorry. So Sycamore, Bow Compressor, probably just getting rid of some supporters we might want to Verse Seeker for later. Wally seems like a good one since we don't really need it much after the first turn. Really, all I need here is either a Dimension Valley or an Energy, and I'll be in decent shape. Okay, yeah, so we have plenty of energy there. So Trainer's Mail, Ultra Ball. I might just save that for next turn. That way I can grab a Break Evolution or maybe a Shaman. Okay, so yep. Good thing that I did retreat because if Marcus does have an energy, Manectric can knock out the Float Stone Phantom with Assault Laser. So okay, so Marcus is item locked with 3 cards in hand. You have to. Oh, his turn's over that quickly. Sorry.
Yeah. Just overrun. Pass. That's you.
So here we're just debating what to get. Probably get a Break Evolution, or maybe just another Trevenant. Okay, so we're going for the Break. It seems good. And the new Trevenant also has another ability or another attack. Silent Fear for Psychic and Colorless. Spreads 3 damage counters to all their Pokemon, so it gives us another attack to work with potentially too. Sometimes the math for Silent Fear is better than the math for the regular Trevenant's attack. But here we're just going to see Tree Slam 60, and then it does 2 to 2 of his bench Pokemon. So I don't know what's going on here.
I think you're just thinking about where to put the 2 at.
Oh, yeah. I think, yeah, decide on Trubbish.
No, it's like Float Stone. Oh, wait, I unlock.
Yeah. See, it's probably, I think, a smart move to put it on the Trubbish just because if he ever does get a Garb into play, the entire strategy just completely falls apart. I think the Trevenant can trade pretty decently with Manectric until then. So it looks like I'm deciding what to Ultra Ball. Can't tell if I have a supporter or not. So opting not to. I guess there's really nothing I feel like my board particularly needs right now. So because nothing's really in danger of being knocked out yet. Marsh, you're starting to mass a little bit of a hand there.
Yeah,
I forget what you had, but
nothing good. Nothing that I can actually play. I've
yeah.
got a fistful of items and an overrun, I think.
So you can see just how
Okay.
strong this. I mean, effectively a turn 2 item lock for Marcus is.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not even getting the turn 1 item lock going first. Just imagine if he wasn't able to play anything at all.
Yeah.
So here we see discarding a Raichu. You'll see more about that in the deck profile we'll do. But that's kind of supposed to be this deck's answer to Yveltal, just because there's no Dusknoir in standard, so you can't really move damage to where you want to knock out things that would normally one-shot you. So I prefer just to run something like Raichu, since we already run DC in this deck. So here we're grabbing a Phantom, which in hindsight I think is kind of a bad move. Because if he does have Lysander, he will be able to break the lock. I think just getting another break would have been a better play. Just because that bench Trevenant is in danger of an Assault Laser knockout. Here I'm just debating where to put the damage again. So just going to Trubbish, threatening a knockout if he doesn't evolve it. And can't tell what's in your hand.
Yeah, I can't either.
Thanks, Marcus.
So I Lysander.
Oh yeah, that's I do remember that.
And I'm just like, get the float stone.
Yeah, because that's kind of really your only out here.
Yeah.
But you don't really have much of anything.
And I do get the float stone too on that Trubbish, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, let's do
Here,
this.
well, here I actually do kind of a cool play. Um, you guys will see what happens. Do you think, I don't know what your hand was like, but you may have potentially could have saved the Lysander until you had Garb
Yeah.
too?
I was just kind of like, oh, he's going to evolve this thing, so I got to do it now.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fair point. So we're going to Lysander the bench Trubbish. And here we'll actually be able to take a double knockout because Trubbish is weak to Psychic. And the bench Trubbish already has 60 on it. So we'll be able to knock out both of them, preventing a Garbodor for the rest of the whole game. So here we're going to go down 2 to 6 prizes. So Trevenant is definitely doing work. And do get Ace Trainered. Not a big deal. I think my deck is pretty thin at this point, so shouldn't be a huge problem, but
Yeah.
no one likes getting put down to 3 cards. Okay, so we hit a trainer's mail, it looks like. So we can probably get out of this situation. Rough Seas is kind of annoying, though, just because Trevenant doesn't really have a high damage output.
Yeah.
So that could potentially buy Marcus some time to kind of get back into this game.
Set up for 4, I think, and then
Probably just an Assault Laser.
yeah, probably just drew a bunch of items.
Okay, I can't tell what I got. I'm just swishing my cards around like a jerk. So let's see what we take. I think I saw a Versus Seeker. So maybe I'm debating about getting a Versus Seeker to get a supporter. Okay, cool, cool. So here you can maybe see a Wally. Okay, so we're just gonna judge instead. Which that seems fine. Decreasing your opponent's hand size when they're item locked is always an annoyingly good move. So we need to hit a stadium. That's the big thing here. And I don't believe we got one though. So that rough seas is gonna get kind of annoying for the next couple turns until we hit one. So here, I think I'm just debating: do I want to Silent Fear or do I want to just Tree Slam? Um, I have no idea what the right play is. This was actually our first time testing the Trevenant deck, so
Yeah.
trying to get used to how to play it perfectly. So here's see some damage on the Shaman. Probably stupid that I put that damage on Manectric in hindsight because of Rough Seas. Didn't think about that at the time. But at least we did get 20 on the Shaman. That seems good. So if Raikou gets powered up, that could also be kind of annoying. Since it's a non-EX, it gets its damage reduced and can heal it.
With the rough seas.
Yeah, so kind of an annoying card to deal with.
Yeah.
And here, even though I'm in the lead, my board is kind of beat up a little bit currently. So Sycamore, we really need to hit a break here. That's the big thing. Okay, so we do have an Ultra Ball. Dimension Valley, that's great. Gets rid of Rough Seas. And yeah, I'm debating what to get rid of with an Ultra Ball right now, I think.
And you see the 2 damage counters move from the Manectric to the Shaman is because he said Shaman, but I was just, I don't know, I just kind of put them on Manectric for some reason.
Yeah, that's what happened. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
and I was like, oh wait, I think I put these on the wrong one. And you're like, yeah, you did.
So I guess I'm just debating what to get. So probably get rid of Pikachu and probably, I think there's Espeon. Yeah. So since you're probably not going to evolve this match, more than likely, so kind of a dead card. I'm guessing we break evolve the benched one, or we just get a Phantom. That's fine, I guess. I feel like if we break evolve the bench one, we could have, silent feared and prevented you from taking a knockout. So Rough Seas. So you're actually kind of coming back here,
A little bit.
getting rid of all my stadiums. You're about to knock out another Trevenant, which is super annoying. And I don't even know why I'm thinking about who I'm going to promote.
Yeah.
The one that item locks, she seems good.
Yeah.
And so it looks like we're just judging again. Really, really need to hit a break here. I mean, Trevenant won't be knocked out, but the sooner I get to buff its HP, the better. Or at least evolve the bench Phantom would be nice too.
And I think I was just like, hey, if I get a freaking Lysander off this judge, that'd be pretty nice. But I don't think I get it.
So here I'm just counting my cards. I have Shaman in hand, and a Level Ball, and Trainer's Mail. I don't know the right order here for stuff to do, but I see there's Sacred Ash there, and I think a Dimension Valley, if I remember right. I think I'm just debating. Oh, Faded Town. Okay. Because I really need both. I need the Stadium to bump Rough Seas, and I also need the Sacred Ash. But I think it's a tough call there. I really don't know what the better play is. So, Faded Town, I guess that's fine. Bumps the Stadium, he can't heal at least. And then I figured, well, we can at least still Shaman to hit the Sacred Ash potentially. And I'm saving that Level Ball because I want to be able to Sacred Ash and use the Level Ball in the same turn.
Yeah, and I think at this point I don't know if right now or if I draw into one, but I remember thinking, man, this Faded Town sucks because I was thinking about wasting a turn Mega Evolving just to
Yeah.
have more HP. Yeah, there was the Mega Manectric right there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, well, if I can do that, but then he's just gonna take Faded Town damage all game. So
Yeah,
definitely not the play now that the Rough Seas is out.
probably the right call. So here,
Lysander Shaman.
yep, and that's the last two prizes. Wait, was it though?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they both had 60 on them. For some reason, I thought they had 40.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Trevenant definitely seems pretty strong. But to be honest, if this list didn't run Megaphone in it, I don't think you would have seen the type of game you just saw.
Yeah.
Just to be completely real bad. Well, actually, I don't know because you didn't have an energy to Assault Laser on your second turn,
Right.
so you actually wouldn't have knocked out my Trevenant. But even still, I would have been in a much more difficult situation.
Yeah, because I would have been able to turn the item lock off.
Yeah, at some point, I'm sure. So yeah, Megaphone. Me personally, I think it's too good of a card not to play in this list. Just because, especially in this format, a lot of people tend to just kind of immediately play down their Spirit Links for Megas, since there's not. You generally don't have to worry about Judge as much as you had to worry about N in the previous format.
Mm-hmm.
So people, I think, are a little bit more liberal in terms of like how frequently they throw down Spirit Links.
Yeah.
And there's also decks like Entei that play just an absurd amount of tools.
Right.
So seems like a good card.
And then Megas also don't want to get head ringered, so that's another reason why people are just dropping the
Yeah,
Spirit Links immediately.
kind of forgot about that one. So here it looks like a similar start to last game.
Yeah. I think I even flipped tails again.
But luckily I am starting Phantom, so that kind of almost guarantees me the item lock. But I mean, even if I did have to start with something like Shaman or I don't know, like Pikachu or something, there's still outs to getting the item lock going too.
Yep, that's a tails.
Yep,
I even
that's
switched coins too. I went to Gyarados instead. I was like, Pikachu, what are you doing? All right, I guess Gyarados is gonna get the shot here, but yeah, he didn't do it either.
man. So describing Burst Seeker, probably gonna grab the Birch and you discard it. And here I was like, hey man, ain't you supposed to get that Versus Seeker?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, I was.
I do that all the time for some reason. Like, I don't know why, but I'll put stuff in there that's not supposed to be in there, or I'll retreat for like a shaman from the active to my bench, but instead of my bench, it'll go into my discard, and then like, hey, wait a second, I want to kill that later, get that thing out of there. I don't do it intentionally, but
That's what I would say too.
yeah.
So here we're gonna Compressor, get away Wally Judge, and maybe Lysander. I forget if I have Versus Seeker. That might be why I'm doing this to get rid of Wally. If so, that's good, I guess. I mean, I don't really need to Wally. I could always just attach an energy or play down Dimension Valley, but I can't tell what's in my hand at the time, so it's hard to say what I had going on there.
Yeah.
So I think I was just debating if I wanted to play Ultra Ball or not, since I'm shuffling my deck. So Trainer's Mail. Oh, okay. Grab an Ultra Ball. I can't tell if there's any other supporters. So we're going to Ultra Ball. Probably get a Shaman. Oh, okay. Phantom. I must have a supporter in hand already, I'm guessing. So let's see. Will we get the turn one? Okay. So I think we're trying to hit Wally. Oh, ooh, Megaphone. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like, can I get
Yeah.
a mega this game at least?
If we can just prevent him from Mega Evolving, that'll definitely be good, since Mega
Yeah.
Manectric just completely annihilates Trevenants. He's like a Trevenant killer. So in here, probably just attach and use Ascension. Here, just debating between DCE or Psychic. I don't know if there's really a benefit to doing one over the other. So, Trevenant. And what will he do? Okay, so just an Assault Laser, which is fine, I think. Threatens a knockout. So we really need a break here or we're in trouble.
Yeah.
And we do hit it. So that's definitely very fortunate. Because we did discard one on the first turn, so I was really worried we wouldn't hit one. Trainer's Mail. I think there's a Float Stone in there but we might grab. Float Stone. Yeah. Have to be careful not to play it down, though, just because it will increase Assault Laser's damage. So I'll probably just save it just in case maybe like Trevenant gets Lysandered or something like that. And I don't know what in the world I'm thinking about playing here. Oh, I think I had two different stadiums. I think I had that or Faded Town. I was like, well, I don't know which one to play down. So I figure I'll just save the Faded Town just in case he does take a turn to Mega Evolve. I can play it down and catch him off guard with it. Oh, just realized you had a Trubbish on the board. Didn't even realize it.
Yeah. I didn't either.
Trying to sneak that one past me, man. Trying to get that Garb set up without me noticing.
Yeah, just throwing him down in hopes of having a Lysander at one point and you having, your Shaman or anything that's not Trevenant on the bench.
Yeah. Okay, so there's Assault Laser again, which is fine. I mean, you trade really well against Trevenant. I mean, even though he is kind of a tank, but here I have no idea what I'm thinking about doing. And it's actually kind of a situation where I wish I had Dimension Valley, because if I had a break, I could just retreat my active and keep attacking with benched break Trevenant, but that is not the case. Okay, do have Sacred Ash though. Oh, and we do have Dimension Valley as well. Or do we?
I don't know.
I thought I saw it in there. And here, okay. Yeah, I think I'm just saving that Sacred Ash because this Trevenant is going down. So we just want to make sure that we can maximize how many Pokemon we get back from Sacred Ash. And it's not the worst thing in the world either, even though this Manectric really doesn't have much damage, just because that Trubbish is about to get knocked out, and that Shaman just needs a Lysander to be taken out. So.
And then he did do the what's that breaks attack?
Oh, Silent Fear?
Yeah, so he did Silent Fear, which is place damage counters, but I accidentally just did the one, but I end up fixing it soon. So
Oh, okay.
you don't have to scream at your computers right now about that. But, yeah, I will fix that mistake
It's
in
a
a
good
second
thing.
here.
You know somebody was probably already at their keyboard ready to just lay it on us in the
Yeah.
comments.
Like, hey, wait a second. No.
So here we get Sacred Ash, and hopefully we have a supporter. That way we can get into the break. I mean, not that Manectric's going to knock us out this turn anyways, but we ain't trying to have that happen at all. And one thing that is nice about Silent Fear, like Mark said, it does go through Raiku's ability that it has.
Yeah.
So I think we just saw a Sycamore there. And I think I opted not to play the Dimension Valley just to kind of say to Marcus, hey, you don't want to Mega Evolve. Just because the Trevenant's already powered up, it doesn't really benefit from using Dimension Valley this turn anyways. So did we get a break? That would be... Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can't see what's in there.
It was like a Pikachu, Raichu, Trevenant, and a Sycamore, I think.
Oh, okay. I think I already have a Sycamore, so I don't want to take another one.
Yeah.
Or rather just leave that in the deck. Here, I think I'm just debating which attack to use. I don't know if it matters just because I'll have to do both attacks in the next couple turns anyways.
Right. And there's where I realized I was like, wait a second,
Oh,
that says
okay.
counter. It's not damage.
It might be better just to use Silent Fear because that'll actually put the Shaman up to 80. And I'll just have to Silent Fear one more time to knock it out. So that actually might be the way to go. And it goes through Raikou as well. Yeah, so that's what I ended up doing, which is fine. Since Manectric doesn't really knock me out in the next turn or two anyways.
Right.
So seems good. And okay, so we see Trevenant come down, and kind of need to start powering him up because Raikou's pretty much gonna knock us out next turn. So Sycamore. Let's see what we get. I saw a Pikachu somewhere in there. I think we play down. I forget. I forget what I was checking for, but I checked my discard a million times in this game.
Yeah. I forget what what you were looking for too.
I think I was maybe checking to see. Oh, I remember. I was checking. I think I had some Trevenants prized,
Uh-huh.
and so I think I decided to start setting up a Raichu just in case I didn't draw them off the prizes. And Raichu's not a bad attacker to clean up with anyway, so that was nice. The Silent Fear knocked out the Shaman and the Garbodor. And here we just have to knock out Raikou and one more Manectric. So, but here Raikou already has 90, so another Silent Fear or Tree Slam will knock it out, which is really nice because he's the only, I think, really big threat on Marcus's board.
Yeah.
So here we're getting Raichu just in case. Like I don't know what he could do. Maybe like Hex Maniac, Spirit Link, Mega Manectric or something, but just in case, I figure it's best to just get him on the board. And I guess start setting up another Phantom. It doesn't really matter. And here I was debating for some reason I was debating between Silent Fear or Tree Slam, but Silent Fear is definitely the better attack here, just because otherwise it would only do 20 to the bench Manectrics, whereas Silent Fear does 30. So take a prize here, and that sets up the Manectric. So one more Silent Fear knocks it out. So he kind of has to AZ or Mega Evolve or something in order to prevent the knockout.
I'm just like, I don't even remember why I was thinking about it. But I'm just like, I think I was contemplating like Mega Evolving and some other stuff, but I don't know. There's not any real way I can win this now.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but yeah.
I think there I was just like, oh, maybe I'll get the Mega off the Birch. Maybe I'll actually flip heads, but I don't think that happens. I got one heads flip. I got the first one, so
Oh, like for the first game.
yeah. Game one, I got the first Birch was a heads flip there for.
Are you sure? I thought you drew 4 cards.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong, but
I mean, you won the opening coin flip though.
yeah,
Which is kinda cool.
I know I got some sort of. I know I got a Birch heads flip once in here.
And here, we're just seeing a retreat and an overrun. But luckily, Trevenant does spread damage. I don't have to Lysander, but I think I'm just being a jerk. Yeah, guys. So that's it. Trevenant versus Mega Manectric. I hate saying it, but just I really feel like these matches were decided by a startling Megaphone.
Yeah,
If I didn't run that card in the list, I'm really not sure how good of a matchup this would be.
right.
Just because Marcus runs so many things that really, in principle, directly counter the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Rough Seas kind of nullifies all of the spread damage that Trevenant does. Garbodor shuts off item lock. Mega Manectric's one-shot Trevenants.
And have a lot of HP.
Yeah. So I don't know. Mega Manectric's still a good deck.
For
Um,
sure. I like this deck a lot. I've been playing around with it, and um, it's definitely got good matchups. Like, a lot of good matchups and stuff for it.
yeah.
Fighting really sucks to play against. I've only played against fighting 2 times. I won one of the games and lost the other one. The one that I won, they didn't play Enhanced Hammer in it, so that was why, I guess. But it's definitely not favorable for you. But I think every
Yeah.
other matchup, you're pretty good to go.
Yeah, I think just in general, Manectric has always had like pretty solid matchups,
Yeah.
especially with Garb now too. Has a lot of synergy with it. I
Mhm.
mean, people have played Garb with Manectric in the past too,
Yeah.
so it makes sense that it's making a resurgence now that Garbodor is reprinted.
Hmm.
But yeah, Trevenant's I think super strong.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even see both games. I went second, and I guess it technically would be turn one item lock for my turn. But both games, Marcus had a turn of items each time.
Right.
So just imagine if I had gone first and got the turn one item lock. It just seems like a really really strong concept.
Yeah.
And kind of with the nature of these testing rounds videos, these lists are pretty unrefined. But even in like a rough, kind of quick build like this, you can still see how strong the concept is, and it's definitely one that's worth exploring.
Yeah.
I think for standard and expanded both, I think it'll be a pretty decent deck.
For sure.
But yeah, so we'll be posting some deck profiles for these two just to see or just to show you guys what all we've been testing around with lately. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Just be on the lookout for those. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys for the next one, okay?